Good evening, everyone. I wanted to come on this evening so I could just see how you're doing. I can see we've got a few things going, so let's try that again. And hopefully you can see me. There's a little error coming up on there, and it's saying that there's an error. So if you can see me, can you just do a thumbs up and a wave? Because it looks like I've got a bit of an error with my signal. Oh, that's typical, isn't it? Everything seems to be working on the right. Okay, let's try that again. Okay. There we go. Well, it's saying it's live, so I'm going to carry on and hope that you can see me. I think it's actually not gone live on my Facebook, so let's have a quick look. Let's have a quick look to see. For some reason, there is an issue. You can see me. So I think I'm live. Oh, I'm going to carry on. I'm hoping that you actually can see me. And if you can't, then I will actually post this again. I can see it's live on YouTube. So anybody who's on YouTube will see me, but I'm not live into my Facebook group. So I do apologize. So if you're sitting there waiting for me to come on, then I am here. I just can't seem to get into Facebook this evening. So there could be a glitch with that. But I just really wanted to touch base and see how you're doing after your first day. We have completed day one already. And normally at this stage, you're feeling a little bit euphoric that the day is at an end. So I do hope if you've been following through the 3-day menopause refresh and reset, that you've actually had a really good day, that you've actually been able to use the meal plan, make sure that that's really worked well for you. If not, then maybe followed your own cleaner eating today. If you've just chosen to have a little bit of a cleaner eating day and you've managed to sustain it, well done. And it's all about taking those little small steps towards having a little bit of consistency with eating more cleanly. So I'm just going to try going live again. I've got 2 lives coming up here, and we will see. Let's just see if that one's going to go live. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep going. All right. So I'm really thrilled. If you have got carried on getting through the day, we are now at 8 o'clock in the evening. So hopefully you ate by 7 o'clock in the evening, and that actually for the last, most probably the last hour or so, you have just been able to relax and digest the food that you've eaten. And I really hope that you enjoyed all the meals that you had on the meal plan today. I'm actually on a nice mug of water now, hot water. Again, it's really calming, very soothing for you, and it'll help to flush out toxins as well if you have that now as the only drink as you go into the rest of your evening. That will really help. So if you're used to having a cup of tea, dare I say a coffee, or even things like a hot chocolate, try not to tonight if you can, because what I'd like you to do is see the difference with your sleep patterns. Now, the other thing tonight to do is to try and go to bed half an hour earlier. So if you normally go to bed at, say, 10:30, it'd be really good if you can get upstairs and start just getting ready for bed between 9:30 and 9:45. Try and turn everything off, say bye to all your social media, and just get yourself ready for bed so that your mind is calming itself down. Now, when we do the meal, when we do this whole plan, I think most people are just thinking it's all about the meals, it's all about what you eat, but it's actually about all the other elements that all come together and they all combine together to help you with your menopause, because we're not just dealing with weight loss. If I was talking to you just about a weight loss plan, we'd be looking at calorie deficit and more energy expenditure and what carbs and what protein and everything you're needing. What I would like you to think about is you're actually looking at having 3 good meals a day with a really nice balanced range of carbohydrates, proteins, and good fats. Okay, so your body feels full, it feels nourished, and you feel energized. We're dealing with our hormones here. When you're in the menopause, our hormones are fluctuating so much that we need to do everything we can to try and keep them as balanced as we can. And that does mean sleep is most probably one of the most important things you can do in the whole of this 3 days, is to actually have a really good night's sleep. You have a good night's sleep, you feel more positive the next day, and it has this impact on your cognitive ability of being able to concentrate, remember things. I don't know about you, but there are moments where, that memory loss is just, oh, what was I doing? Where am I going? What am I doing? Those sorts of things can happen quite a lot when you're in the menopause. And it's really quite frustrating. You get that foggy head. So what we're trying to do in these 3 days is to try and clear back all of that and to try and get you started onto doing some new habits. And the new habits are ones that take a little bit of time to get used to doing. And that's why I wanted to walk you through the 3 days, because sometimes when you're doing it with people, it just makes you feel so much better, because you don't feel alone trying to do it. And there are going to be parts of your day that you're going to feel weak and that you're going to think, oh, I really want to tuck into something. You may have cravings. So I thought I'd just go through a few little things that are quite helpful to keep you on track if possible, because we're going to go into day 2. So day 1, we use our motivation and we use our energy to keep going. Day 2, you have this realization that actually you are on a bit of a plan and a program, and you know that you can do it because you've done day 1. But with day 2, you need to now start thinking about what these little habits are that we need to start putting in place so you can help yourself going forward. And it's all about small, consistent steps. So, if for today, for example, you manage to reduce down the amount of caffeine you've had, which would be great if you have, and probably cut out as much sugar as possible, apart from what was on the meal plans, then you have done extremely well. If you've managed to add in that walk or even do the old school aerobics that I put together for you, you have used more energy than you probably normally do. You've also eaten more cleanly, which is fantastic. Your hormones and your liver's going to be grateful, because it won't be needing to, you know, activate all the other things in order to make sure that you're working more efficiently and using that energy. And you're just going to feel a lot more calmer as you go into day 2. You're not going to be sort of worried about what it's involved, because you're on it. And I think that's really quite exciting. And you'll be really surprised at how quickly these 3 days go. Now you're on it, it will go really quickly. So remember, tonight, if you can, just make sure you have a good night's sleep. If you can, go to bed that half an hour early, test it, try it. It's quite nice when we go, it's never going to make me feel better, but you'll be really surprised. Even if you have 3 days consistently going to bed a little bit earlier, even if you have your waking up period, you'll find that you have that extra half an hour in the night, because you're going to bed earlier. So you get that's like sleeping, deep sleep, before you go into if you do have hot sweats at night, if you do have some insomnia, you've actually still added on an extra half an hour into your sleep pattern, because you've gone to bed that bit earlier. So it's really worth doing. Okay. So we're talking about consistency. We're talking about trying to get these habits in place. If you can, make sure you do some writing down tonight of how you felt today has gone for you. Write down some notes as to, did you find anything difficult? Did you find that you actually really struggled with certain areas? And if you did, please make sure that you post below. As I said, I'm going to now have to post this from YouTube into tonight's Facebook group, because obviously this is not going live as I'd like it to go. But I'd really like you to comment and let me know how you found the meals. Did you enjoy them? Did you actually snack, or did you actually manage to get through without that little snack that was in there? And were you able to just feel a little bit more energized through your day? Now, it's very early days. Did you manage to keep your water going? I've got all these questions for you, but I'd really like you to know. And what I'd like you to do is write it down, make a note of it, because tomorrow, the side effects of what you do the day before actually impacts you tomorrow. So you're going to feel a little bit brighter tomorrow. If you have reduced your caffeine, you may get, as I mentioned before, a little bit of that withdrawal headache, but it's a good withdrawal. And if you do need to take a paracetamol just to get you sort of that feeling gone, then as long as you know you can take it, and you're okay with as like a headache tablet, then just take something that will actually help ease it for you, as long as you take whatever the instructions say. Okay. Now tomorrow we've got a little bit more of an easier start to the day tomorrow. in that, we're actually going to do a little bit of juice, and we've got an elixir drink to start you off for the day. And I'd really like you to try it, because the elixir drink that you've got first thing in the morning has a little bit of cayenne pepper, has a little bit of ginger, it's got some a little bit of honey, lemon, and what's the other one? Cinnamon, and cinnamon in it. And it's fiery. It's a little bit of a fiery drink, but what it does is it boosts your metabolism for the day. It really kickstarts you, and it's really tasty as well. So it's a really lovely hot drink to start the day. So you can start off with a little bit of water, then make up the elixir and have that as well. Then leave your smoothie, which is your breakfast, for at least half an hour after your elixir drink. You don't need to have that straight away, and leave that a little bit longer. Then you're going to have your smoothie, which is going to be a really gorgeous carrot cake flavored smoothie. If you've gone for the meal plan and you're going to try that, I'd love to know what you think. And then you've got an amazing egg wrap sandwich. I suppose, no, it's not sandwich. It's a Mediterranean egg wrap. And basically what that is it's actually going to be making an egg into what is going to actually act like a tortilla wrap. And then you're going to make that up into a roll up with all sorts of gorgeous things in there for your lunch. Now, obviously, if you are working away, if you're at the office and you can't prepare this one, then choose something from day one or from day three. There's a normal wrap, sort of salad wrap that you can go for. But there's lots of goodness, lots of nutrition in there, and it's actually very filling as well. And eggs are a great way of getting some really good protein into you, and they will actually fill you up for a lot longer as well. You'll feel really good. Now then, because of all this tech stuff going on, it's just thrown me a little bit. So what I wanted you to do is to have a look at writing those notes down, so that you can clear anything from your day out of your mind, so that you can enjoy a good night's sleep. That's what I really want you to do tonight. And then if any of you have actually got my Don't Sweat It, Manage Your Menopause in 21 Days, what I'd really like you to do is to actually go to the appendix, because in the appendix, there are some, I do give a motivational message each day. So I'm just going to try and find it so I can show you. So for the last part of the book, it's to just really get you on track with the 21-day program. But the daily, there's a sort of like a daily messages that's in the book. And you can see that small, consistent changes equal big results. And it basically gives you sort of like a little bit of a boost. So I really would love you to follow along for day 1, 2, and 3 on the appendix in the book, just to help you. And it guides you as well. It basically takes everything that I'm saying here, but it just sort of also reinforces it, keeps you on track and keeps you going. Now then, I'm going to leave you there, but I am going to be back online, and hopefully without any technical difficulties, tomorrow at 7:15. If you do have any comments or any questions, I was hoping to do a Q&A this evening. If you've got any questions, I unfortunately can't see anything on this tonight, but please comment below, ask your questions, and I'll come back to you and hopefully answer them tomorrow morning. So have a brilliant rest of your evening. Be really proud that you've done this today. You've done brilliantly. And even if there were a few little blips during your day, be really proud that you've actually started having a go at doing something different, because that's really what it's all about. It's just trying something new, seeing what fits. And things don't feel comfortable to begin with. Always remember, when you do anything new, it doesn't feel normal. You haven't done it before. So if it's sort of like it's really outside your comfort zone, be really proud that you've done it, and know that every time that you do it, that for the next 3 days, you're going to find that tomorrow is much easier than today, and then day 3 will be easier than day 1 and 2, and so on and so forth. So I really, really hope that you have enjoyed today, made it a bit of a game for yourself, and I'll look forward to starting tomorrow off nice and positively with you, and seeing you soon. But as I say, please comment below with any questions, and I'll also answer those in the morning. Have a great night, guys, and I'll see you soon. Take care.